So this is going to be a brief review of the 1984's Terminator, the original Terminator that started it all. And I watched this movie the other night on Netflix, and I recently said in a video that it'd been like over 10 years since I'd seen the Terminator, and it had. And I remembered it all pretty much, all the basic beats of the movie, because there were basically like three or four parts to this movie, and I remembered every single one of them. But it was going back and watching it for the first time in like 10 years that it really reminded me of just how good this movie is. I think I'd forgotten. It was one of the Terminator movies where if I ever go back to watch a Terminator, I'm always watching Terminator 2. I've watched that one the most, and I think 1 and 3 I've probably watched the least, and then Salvation. And Genesis, I've only seen that once, so I've probably seen that the least. But Terminator 1 I've seen very few times, a long time ago, so watching it was pretty good. One of the things that struck me was that it's actually the Terminator score that we all think of when we think of the Terminator is actually from Terminator 2. There is the same score in Terminator 1, and I guess in Terminator 1 it's the original score, but the original score is actually a bit different. If it's been a while since you've seen the Terminator, definitely go back and watch it. If you live in UK, it's on Netflix at the moment, but definitely go watch it. And there are a few things that you think you remember but are actually different, and the score's one of them. This is a movie where when I was a kid I was actually kind of scared of the Terminator. There was something about the unstoppable force that as a kid it just played on my mind. And you know, the Terminator is very much Michael Myers like. You know, he's on that mission and nothing's going to stop him. Only with Michael Myers he's human, and with the Terminator I don't know whether it's more scary or less scary, but you know that he's a machine. And there's something about that that's like, how do you stop an unstoppable machine basically? And that's why Terminator is not only a great sci-fi action movie, it's one of the best horror movies as well, which most people forget, I think, or I did anyway. But yeah, this is it's a great movie, obviously made in the 80s, so it's got that gritty 80s feel to it. And another thing that's kind of crazy about this, to say that it was made in the 80s, is the plot of it's so relevant with Skynet. And it'll be a little hard for me to retell what they said because they say it's so great in the movie, but how they describe Skynet, it's like they're basically describing something like Google or Alexa from Amazon. It's pretty crazy that to say that this was made in 1984 and it's now 2019. It's like almost the things that they said are coming true in a way. So it'll be interesting to see how technology does advance. A lot of people say that the special effects in this movie aren't that great, but to be honest, the special effects kind of make sense because Arnold starts to look pretty strange and weird in his face, but only after like a massive gunfight and car crash or multiple car crashes even, and then his face is like, he almost don't look human in a way, but he's still got his face on, and then the face starts to come off like around his eye and stuff. And like, I think it holds up, to be honest. Said it was made in the 80s. I know some people have complained about it, but I think it's pretty good. Also, what I didn't realise, or what I didn't remember because I haven't watched this movie in so long, is that it's actually a great love story. The story between Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese. It's the love story between them. I actually, when I finished watching this movie, obviously I thought, oh yeah, it's a great action movie from how I remember, but it's also a great love story. There's also, like I say, I remembered a lot of the main beats of this movie, but it was good to go back and watch it again. It was a lot better than what I thought. I remember when I thought of the Terminator, I remember it being like a 7 out of 10 sort of movie, but it's definitely like a 10 out of 10 movie, to be honest. And I can't recommend it enough. I know you guys have probably already seen it if you're listening to this, but go back and watch it again if it's been a while, because I think it'll honestly blow you away, because it blew me away. Yeah, I don't really know what there's much more to say about the Terminator. I mean, like I say, you guys have probably already seen it, so let me know down in the comments what you think about it. And this is going to be a weekly thing as well, these Sunday reviews, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and if you've any recommendations on what movie I should review next, let me know down in the comments. Oh well, it's more of a discussion actually, but like I say, if there's anything that you guys want to hear me talk about movie wise, or anything in general really, just let me know down in the comments.